Hey guys, it's Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. So we've had a lot of new subscribers lately and I just wanted to say welcome. I'm really excited that you're joining me. On this channel, I talk a lot about Disney and Disney travel tips, Disney vacation planning, especially like how to go to Disney World without debt. Basically making sure that you're paying cash for everything, but also saving money at the same time. Along with that, we also do some crafts and DIYs that are Disney related, and of course we vlog our Disney World trips, which I actually have my May series coming out. I think we're about halfway through right now. If you are interested in any of that stuff, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so today I've got two things I want to talk about. First of all, I am going to be announcing the winner of our Hollywood Studios 30th anniversary pins. I had that giveaway in our haul that we did a few weeks ago, so if you missed that, you should check that video out. We got some cool stuff, but I am going to be announcing the winner at the end of this video, so make sure you watch all the way through. But our main topic that we are going to be talking about today is minivans. This is a new-ish service that Disney provides, and it's basically just an additional form of transportation, kind of similar to the Lyft or Uber rideshare services. Let's jump on in. Okay, so first of all, what is a minivan? When I say this to people who don't know anything about Disney, they always look at me really confused because they think I'm talking about just like a minivan, like the car minivan. But what a minivan is, it is Disney World's rideshare service. They have these fun, they're like red and have polka dots all over them, which is their minivan. So it's like Minnie Mouse, basically is what it is. But it is Disney's newest form of transportation. It is a paid transportation service, so this isn't free like the monorails or the buses. So this is kind of something that is gonna be hit or miss for some people on whether or not they like it. So basically what you do is, like I said, you will pay a service fee to have that kind of direct transportation to pretty much anywhere on Disney property. It can take you to the parks, it can take you to other resorts. It does have to be on Disney property, except for if you are going to the airport, which we will talk about here in a few minutes. But it's nice because it's just a direct, private form of transportation. All of the minivans are run by Disney cast members. A lot of them are cast members who have been at Disney for a really long time, so they are very knowledgeable about Disney World, about Disney. It's really fun to just talk to them and ask them about their careers at Disney World and what like their favorite things are about Disney. Pretty much anything. They are more than happy to kind of chat with you with those things. Honestly, a lot of them, that's the reason why they love that job so much, is just because you get to sit and just talk to people that are on their vacations. Minivans are pretty great in kind of their amenities, I guess you could say. They do typically come with car seats. They also have like blankets or like puppy pads or whatever, so if you have like your service animal or you have your dog with you, they can lay those over the seats to kind of help with that. They also, a lot of them will have those little they're like those charging cords, so they have like the charging port in there, but then it has like all of the little cords on there so you can charge your phone. They have the little adapters for pretty much whatever you would need. They're also very clean and very well kept, just like everything else in Disney World. You don't have to worry about, oh, what am I getting into? You know exactly what it's gonna be. It's gonna be nice and clean, very friendly, very warm, a very enjoyable experience. Okay, next, so how does the minivan service actually work? Well, first of all, you gotta get on your phone and download the Lyft app. Minivans are serviced through Lyft. I know that you can go on the My Disney Experience app, and I think that there's a spot on there that you can click request a minivan, but I think it does just pop you over to the Lyft app. So either way, you can do it with that. Now the next thing, you do have to be staying at a Disney World owned resort. So places like Swan and Dolphin and the Good Neighbor resorts, those do not qualify for the minivan service, so that is something to keep in mind. But if you are staying on property at a Walt Disney World resort, you can use this service. Something else to note, it does charge through the app. It does not charge to your room. So this isn't something that you can pay with your Magic Band. You actually have to do it with your money, like your actual money that you have right there. You can do gratuities, I believe, on the app. You can also give them cash. I would highly recommend you tip your minivan driver because they're amazing and they deserve it. But yes, that is something to keep in mind, that you will need to be prepared that it is going to charge directly to your card. So once you know all of that, you get on that app again and you basically plug in where you are and where you're wanting to go. It'll confirm your location and you will see your minivan within a few minutes. Like I said earlier, they're very easy to identify. They are those red vans with the polka dots all over them, and they have big old numbers on all sides, so you'll be able to tell whenever you've booked your minivan. They will give you what number your minivan is going to be, and you can look for that. That way, if you are standing there with like another family that is also waiting for a minivan, you know which one is yours. Another really convenient thing about the minivans is they do have accessible vehicles for those in wheelchairs or handicapped, things like that. Now, to get a hold of that, you will actually have to call, not do it on the app. So I'll go ahead and I'll put the phone number right here for you. So you will call that phone number to request a accessible minivan. Okay, so just a few more things that you should know. There are designated pickup and drop-off locations at each resort and each park. Now, usually I have found that they are near the bus stops, usually towards the front of the bus stops, because that's kind of the whole point, is that they drop you off a little bit closer. The normal ride share, like Uber and Lyft, is a little bit different location than where the minivans are, because the minivans can usually like drop you off like right at the front. Pickup locations, I would say, is usually close to around the same area. They do have signs that say minivan pickup and rideshare pickup. They'll have all of that everywhere. So if you are not sure, you're not able to find it, just ask a cast member. They will totally be able to point you in the right direction. But they're usually pretty easy to find. Now, just like any form of Disney transportation, sometimes it can be really fast and sometimes not so much. So you can see on the app, they'll tell you how far away it is and how long you'll have to wait before you book it. So just make sure that you're checking that. Just make sure that you are also prepared that, just like every other Disney transportation system, that you do leave some extra time for travel. I have had it sometimes where we will wait like 2 minutes for a minivan to show up. I've also had it where we had to wait like 17-20 minutes for a minivan to pick up, just depending on where they are on the resorts or how busy they are. Now, a big one for a lot of people, this can be kind of a setback. It is kind of expensive. Granted, you can do the same thing with Uber or Lyft and be much cheaper. You are missing out on some of that Disney magic that the minivans have, because you do have like Disney music playing and the cast members are talking about Disney, and they're super friendly. With Uber and Lyft, you aren't necessarily gonna get that experience, but at the same time, you are gonna pay probably double. So if that is a concern for yours, this may or may not be the best option for you. A really cool thing, and this is actually fairly new for them, they can pick you up and take you to the Orlando airport. It is very expensive to do this. It's a whopping $150, and that does not include gratuities, but it's really nice that they can basically pick you up from your hotel and take you to the airport. However, I personally would recommend using a normal rideshare service for this. We used Orlando Transportation by Mike to get from the airport to our resort. Well, we didn't actually go to our resort, but that's like a whole nother thing I'll tell you about in another video. But it was nice because you didn't have to worry about the line for the Magical Express being long and having to wait forever. Like, we saved like 3 hours probably in travel time just by using the Transportation by Mike, which I will leave a link for them in the description below. But that ride was only like 60 bucks. It was very cheap. And I know Uber and Lyft are probably kind of about the same thing. The nice thing with Transportation by Mike is that you can book it ahead of time. Like, you can basically reserve it. Now, again, just kind of like normal, the minivans do only work for Disney owned resorts. So again, Swan and Dolphin, Good Neighbor hotels. Sorry guys, you don't qualify for this. The last thing you probably need to know, they do only run from 6:30 in the morning to 12:30 a.m. that night. So make sure that if you are needing to get somewhere super early in the morning or super late, that you are not missing those times. Otherwise you're gonna be stranded. Not really. You can use the normal Uber or Lyft services and you'll be just fine. Okay. Who are minivan services great for and who are they not great for? Let me give you guys some examples. So the biggest one that people use minivans for are if you are needing to get from one resort to another resort. One thing that kind of stinks about Disney Transportation is that they only go from resorts to parks and parks to resorts. They don't go from resorts to resorts, which I understand why. That's like a little excessive and a little much, but it can be kind of inconvenient if you have a dining reservation at a resort, but you're having like your normal just resort day at your own hotel. It can be a little bit of a nuisance to have to go all the way to a park and then take another bus or go on the monorail or whatever to get wherever you need to go. The minivans are really great to just get you there. Another situation where a minivan might be a good idea is at the end of the night and there are several hundred people standing in line for your resort for the bus stop. Yeah, we had that happen. Honestly, we left like probably an hour after park closed and there was literally probably 300 people standing in the Pop Century bus stop and my feet were dying. I hurt so bad and I was like, nope, not doing it. So the nice thing is that I think we were at Animal Kingdom. The pickup spot was literally like next to the bus stop for Pop Century. And so we just walked over there and popped a squat and just hung out until our minivan got there. It was there in like 5 minutes and then we left and we got home like probably at least an hour earlier than what we would have if we would have waited for the bus stop. So I don't recommend doing this every single time because it is kind of expensive to do that, but for that situation, oh, it was so worth it, you guys. The same kind of thing can apply to the morning. If you get to your bus stop and you are at a busier resort, or maybe it's a busier time of year, and there's like a million people on the bus stop line, sometimes a minivan might be better. Okay, so people that I don't recommend minivans for. If wherever you're going is super close, guys, it's not worth it. If you are staying on the monorail loop and you are needing to get to somewhere else that is also on the monorail loop, just take the monorail, guys. Just do it. Don't waste your money on it. The other person I would not recommend this for is people who are trying to stay on a pretty tight budget or are trying to save some money. Like I have said before, it is very expensive, and if money is more important to you about saving than time, I would just use Disney's transportation. You can still get everywhere that a minivan can take you using Disney's free transportation. The other thing I would recommend is not using this for every single time that you need to go somewhere on your trip. Again, if you are somebody that's just like got crazy amounts of money to just blow on minivans, sure, go for it, do it. If you are just wanting to get all bougie and go all out, good on you. I am not that person. Maybe someday, but I would definitely make sure that it is kind of like a bucket list, that you at least try it once or twice. Kind of like planning a table service restaurant. You should at least do one on your trip. Definitely worth it, but don't do it every single time. And the last person I would not recommend this for is someone who doesn't mind taking their time to get places. If you are someone that just likes to take Disney slow, you're not in a hurry, it doesn't really matter to you if it takes an hour, hour and a half to get somewhere, don't do it. Just enjoy Disney's free transportation. It's free for a reason. All right, so minivans are a super convenient, very fun form of Disney transportation. It is definitely worth using on those special occasions. Again, maybe not every time, but it is something that you will want to experience at least once. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for sticking through to the end of this video. It is time to announce our winner. So like I said, we are giving away the Hollywood Studios 30th anniversary pin set that they came out, that they only had for that day, which again, if you missed that, check that haul out because we got some cool stuff. But the winner is Hillary Maupin. I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if it's not. But I have commented on your comment on how to get in contact with me so that I can send those to you. But congratulations. Thank you guys so much. This YouTube journey has been so fun and so rewarding, and the Disney community is amazing to me. I love it so much. I love you guys so much. This wouldn't have been possible without you guys. So thank you guys again. What are your thoughts on Disney's minivan service? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Please let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have questions about the minivan service, be sure to put those in the comments as well. I will try to answer them as best I can, or direct you to somewhere that you can find the answer, but I would love to answer your guys' questions. And as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification next to the subscribe button. That way you're notified when I upload new videos. Like I said in the beginning, I am currently uploading my May trip vlogs, so if you want to check those out, make sure that you are subscribed so you know when those go out. But as always, we'll see you guys next time. Bye!